Hi, Jennifer. This is Becky with Gray Owl Marketing. I know you're really busy, so I'll keep it brief, but I did just want to show you 3 tips you can use today to bring in more customers to your business. Oftentimes in the world of the internet, most local business owners are just too busy running their own business to keep up with how the internet can really work for them and benefit their company. So as you can see here, I do have your website pulled up. It's a beautiful looking website. I love that you already have a call to action right here in the front. Contact us with your contact information readily available, some information about you, how to choose the right fence, some really informative information here with some reviews you have scrolling through. So it's a sharp looking website from a look and feel standpoint. But the first thing that's important to know if you really want to be optimized with Google is you need to have at least 1,500 words or more on the home page. And it looks like your site probably has a couple hundred. So think about that because content really is king in Google's eyes. The key factor in Google's formula when they decide which sites to rank higher than others is content. And Google likes to see a high quantity of content, but they also like to see high quality content because you want your business to show up on page one when your customers are searching on Google. And so in addition to those 1,500 words or more, you want to optimize what words you're including in your content throughout your entire site. So I did put your website in a tool here I use called Ahrefs. You can use similar tools for free if you do a search in Google, but this basically is a dashboard of your online presence for your company. You can see your site's beautiful, but it's not getting any traffic. But when we talk about content, these are the words that you're already ranking for from Google. So you can see some of these words are dog kennels. These are not buyer intent keywords. Right here, this is a buyer intent keyword, fence company, McDonough, Georgia. It's getting 200 searches a month. And right now you're ranking number 45. So you're about, halfway-ish through page 4 for something like that. Fence company, Stockbridge, Georgia is getting 70 searches, and you're at the bottom of the 4th page for that one. Fence contractors, McDonough is a good one. It's getting 30 searches. You're at the bottom of page 4 for that one, and so on and so forth. So my first recommendation for you would be to decide on 2 or 3 really important buyer intent keywords and use them in your website and throughout your site, your pages, so that you can start ranking. Another thing you can think about is having multiple service pages. If you want to rank for multiple different areas, you can have different service pages and kind of rank those for each area that you're looking into. So I just pulled up a search here that I have, for example, Fence Companies Atlanta. This is getting 350 searches a month. So that's over 4,000 people a year that you're currently missing out on. And when you think about searching here, when somebody puts in a search term like this, everybody kind of searches differently. The first section here you can see are Google ads. You can see a lot of ads here, so that's a good sign that people are generating leads from this. Google ads are great if they're done effectively. You got to be careful though because they can be a money pit if done ineffectively. But if it's part of your strategy, they do work. There is a number of people that will select on ads here and select the first thing that they see when they put in a search. But there are people that will scroll right past those ads and get to this section here, which we call the map pack. And these are the top 3 companies that Google is very confident in to put in here for this search term. And some people will even scroll past that and get into what we call the organic search here. And this is really where your keywords come into play. So for example, you could be ranking up here like some of these businesses are, but not ranking down here. So you want to think about what you're doing and potentially optimize and get in both locations. But essentially about 40% of all traffic goes to these top 3 spots right here. And you're probably asking yourself, well, how do I get to these top 3 spots, right? And there's a few things that you need to think about when you're considering that. And so that brings me to my second tip, thinking about your Google profile. So this is your Google business profile. You really want to make sure that you're growing and building this profile. And there's a number of different ways that you can do this. And I'll show you a couple of them. Of course, Reviews are very important. I see you already have 29 reviews. You have a 4.5 star here. So keep up the good work. It looks like you're showcasing a lot of great work here. You want to continue to get as many reviews as you can, and 5-star reviews especially. The second part of your Google business profile is what we call the NAP, which is your name, your address, and your phone number. Google likes to see that consistently throughout the web. So you can think about putting your name, address, and phone number in multiple directories throughout the web, like Angie's List, like Yellow Pages, Yelp, Whitebook, City Star, and put them in multiple directories so you have a track across the web. But the important thing about that is to make sure they're consistent. Google likes to see that your name, address, and phone number are exactly the same as what you have on here. So for example, you see you have your address here with the Georgia-49 North, but then when you go to your website, you can see that you say Highway 49 North. It seems like a nuance, but Google uses systems and computers, so it wants to see it match exactly. So think about going through and looking at your footprint across the internet and making sure they match, because I see too often these things happen here. And Google really just wants people to be able to search different platforms and get the same exact information. The last thing I'll say about Google profiles is pictures, and this pertains both to pictures on your website, like this one, and pictures in your Google profile. You want to save these images as a buyer intent keyword before you post them, because that, again, Google crawls your website, crawls your platform, and that's what it's using to decide where it's going to rank you and what you're going to show up for in searches. So use buyer intent keywords as the name of these documents and these pictures that you're having, as well as put geotags. You're in the service business, so you'll go to lots of different locations. So when you're taking pictures of the beautiful work that you're doing, you want to add a geotag to it. And this is really important because by doing this, Google sees not only what type of work you're doing with those keywords that you're saving it as, but also where you're doing it by using those geotags. So when people are searching for similar things, you're going to show up for them. So again, when you think about Fence Companies Atlanta as an example of a buyer intent keyword and trying to rank in this top 3 area, the third tip that I will provide you and cover is thinking about your company's online reputation or your site's authority, right? And you get your site authority. If I go back here to the dashboard of your company's website, this is a numerical representation of your company's site authority. We really like to see it above 20, so you're not doing too bad there. Preferably, we like to see it in the 30s and 40s. And you get this by referring domains. So you currently have 39 referring domains that are pushing 28 backlinks pointing back to your website. So think of it like a popularity contest. Google is looking for relevant sites that are pointing back to your websites, kind of vouching for you. And when I say relevant sites, you can have 39 referring domains, but it's only the relevant ones that are going to give your site authority. So if you look down here at the do follow, even though you have 39 referring domains, only 19 of them are actually pushing that strength to your website. So you want to make sure you have relevant domains when you're looking on here. And so that brings me back to just comparing you to your competition. When we go in here for this highly trafficked keywords, the number 1 competitor in this space for you is Precision Fence Works Atlanta. So I pulled up their website. Here's their website. They have some content here as well, but again, not nearly as enough content as Google likes to see. So you have an opportunity to optimize and do something similar to this, but add good content, good keywords, and put a lot of information, 1,500, if not 2,000, 2,500, to go ahead and beat these guys out using some really good content and quality words. I also pulled up their website as well to look at their dashboard compared to yours. So you can see that their strength score is a 28 and yours a 22. It's interesting, we do like to see a 1-for-1 ratio here, so you're a little further along than they are on that. But still, you can see the amount of traffic that they're getting 520 organic traffic versus no traffic for you. And that has a lot to do with these referring domains that they have pushing this 975 backlinks to their website. But again, 267 might seem like a lot. Majority of them, it looks like, are do follow links. And this might seem intimidating, but the really cool thing about this is we can just find out what those relevant links are, and you can just go ahead and copy them and use the same ones they're using and then add more on top of that, so that you can rank higher than them over time and start getting in that map pack with them. So again, those are my 3 tips. Just to summarize really quickly: get more content on your page. Quality and quantity are very important. You want to think about optimizing your Google profile here and making sure that you have your information in multiple directories and you have it consistently exactly the same. And then thinking about the strength and the reputation of your website using backlinks and increasing your backlinks. And if you implement these strategies today, you can be #1 across Google. And you can either go with this information that I provided you and do it all yourself. I'm totally fine with that. That works. However, if you want to be more effective and save yourself some time so you can focus on your business, you can call me and set up a time to chat. Once again, my name is Becky Liana with Gray Owl Marketing, and my contact information is in the email. I hope you found this information valuable, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great one.